No, I'm not gonna wash my hands. Is that a good way to start?
Buddy, or Matt,
He's
you
like,
have to
no,
wash your hands.
no. These hands are pristine already.
Okay.
I don't touch anything with them. Never have.
Okay.
Don't touch me. I'm sterile. I can't drink myself. It's such an issue.
That's a bad idea. That's a very bad
I'm gonna pour it on me.
Yeah, you are.
It's hot tea.
You're actually gonna pour it on you.
Tasty. All right. All right. I'm still not gonna wash my hands.
Oh my gosh. Gross.
All right.
It's gross.
Welcome back, everyone, to the podcast. R2P3 stands for Run, Pass, Punt.
Podcast.
Still, podcast. Don't forget the podcast
Don't forget
part.
the podcast.
We just be like the Raiders.
Yeah.
Just run. Can't do either of those, so we pass. It's an incomplete, so we have to punt.
Yeah.
That's it. We're a little different than the Raiders because then we put podcast at the end. R2P3, still not a Star Wars podcast. We are going to never will be. We are going to have we got a stacked lineup for you today. We've got some news and notes from around the league. We've got some Goobers of the Week. We've got some power rankings, and then we are going to be playing some Does It Matter?
Oh yeah. I can't wait.
No. Me neither, because honestly, most of these, in my opinion, they matter. We'll see how much they matter to you, and we'll see how much they matter to the viewers. Rank in the comments. Let us know how much it matters on a scale of 1 to 10 for each thing that I will say later.
You better do it.
Okay? You better do it. This is a threat.
You can't say it's a threat.
This is a threat. You better do it. I will find you if you don't. If you're viewing this and I don't see your comment, I will come and find you.
Yeah, that's okay. He will do that. I won't do that.
He'll know about it though, so he's my accomplice.
Okay. Sure. That's how that works.
We're Sangon! All right. Now I'm ready. So you just want to jump into it? Is there anything that you wanted to start with? Any notes from your side of things that you saw from yesterday? Because we are recording on a Monday, not a Tuesday, and it's throwing my whole day off.
Yeah. Busy life, busy schedules. Got to record when we can. Mm-hmm. We're bringing this to you on a Monday. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. So with that, I just want to clarify that we will not have anything for Monday Night Football. So if something happens, Goobers of the Week stuff, that does not reflect for Monday night's game because that is not happening. It's happened for you because you're watching this, but it has not happened for us the now. It'll happen for you the now, but not us.
Yes. But if you comment, like, and subscribe like a lot, then we'll talk about Monday Night Football next week. Just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just for you guys, because
you gotta say it on the comments.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with my. It was awful. I talked about it last week. I was scared going into this game. Colts Chiefs. We had every way to win this game, and we just couldn't capitalize. Shane Steichen kind of outcoached himself at times. I thought there were just some bad calls or bad play calls and fun stuff like that. Jonathan Taylor only got, I believe, 14 carries, especially when we're up. We were up, and we had 20. They had, I forget the exact score, but I think they were at like 14. I think there was a point where it was like 14-3, and it's just we had every way to win this game, and we just stopped running the ball. Daniel Jones had 31 pass attempts against a great Chiefs secondary. I mean, one of the best in the league. And we just kind of gave up on the run, especially in the fourth quarter when we had a lead. And overtime, we weren't giving Jonathan Taylor the ball. We'd let Daniel Jones throw it 2 times. Hey, listen to the podcast. Run, run. Okay, run, run.
especially when you have debatably one of the best running backs in the league
Yeah,
and less debatably one of the best offensive lines in the league for the run.
yeah,
So it is kind of interesting how they decided not to do that. I understand that the Chiefs defense is very good, both with obviously with Chris Jones being there on the defensive front, but then also on their defensive backs as well. But it's kind of interesting how they didn't really rely on what has gotten them to be at the record that they are
yeah,
against one of the best teams.
yeah.
So it is very interesting.
And there were just a couple times when we were going for it on fourth down when we just had no right to be going for it. You gotta play the field position. You gotta play for field goals. We would have won the game if we kicked one extra field goal. But
I think honestly this kind of cements that the even though you guys lost, I think this still cements that you guys are a real team. You still went into Arrowhead and played in a very hostile environment and still went into overtime with a team that did go to the Super Bowl last year. So I think that this, even though it is a hard pill to swallow, you guys need to look at the silver lining. And yeah, you guys were winning that game, and you had every right to win that
yeah,
game. Now it's good to lose it when your season doesn't depend on it completely.
yeah,
So maybe it's some things that you guys can take back to the lab and figure out how to cook them when you play them in the and it's loser goes home type
yeah,
vibe.
yeah. Hopefully it's a better outcome then. The other last
Mhm.
thing I wanted to touch on, Charvarius Ward came back this week. He looked a little lost out there, unfortunately. Rasheed Rice went 8 for 142 or 141, and he was kind of cooking our secondary. And Ward had a really bad play on the third down in overtime to Xavier Worthy. That Mahomes was kind of like falling over, just gets it out there, and Ward just did not play that well at all. Kind of big reason we lost that game was that play specifically.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's his first game back, right? So I
Yeah,
mean, he's only
yeah,
going to get better. He's
yeah,
he's going to be the number two now instead of the number one. So I mean, it's you got time. You got
yeah,
time. It's still no. It's November.
yeah.
It's November. A lot of
Oh,
teams that we'll talk about in history. Also, I want to clarify. I always think about this when my team's playing bad in November because I don't want to be too harsh on them. The Las Las Vegas, nope, not Las Vegas. The Los Angeles Rams,
yeah.
when they won the Super Bowl, a few years ago, they participated in No Win November, where they had lost 4 games in a row, and then
Hmm.
they got hot at the right time, and then they came in and won the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
just something to think about. Usually, this is the time where good teams kind of go into a lull, and then they'll kick it up for the postseason. So.
yeah,
Um, just something to think about. Trying to be the glass half full kind of guy right
yeah.
now.
No, that makes sense.
I get I get
I've just watched Carson Wentz bury this team into the ground in the last couple months, so I'm just a little bit nervous with Daniel Jones. But there's a
yeah, that's
guy,
fair.
there is a guy out there that we would have won this game with if he were a Colt, which we had every right for him to be a Colt, or we had every chance for him to be a Colt. He started for the Giants this week, and I
Oh, Jameis
love
Winston.
that man. Why didn't the
God, I
Colts?
love Jameis
Why didn't the
Winston
Colts sign Jameis Winston? What's that about?
because he is too mentally unstable. I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong. He gives me vibes of like a Jackson Dart with Cam Scatterbo. He's kind of like the perfect mix of the two, just kind of like put into one person. I love it. Jameis Winston, man, is he fun to watch. Did you see or his pre-game like speech for his team
No, I didn't.
by chance? Okay. He's talking about he's like we're outside but we're inside. We're outside but we're inside because we're going to do our job and we're going to go above and beyond. We're going
Yeah,
to be outside and inside. I was like, "You know what? Yeah, James. You
yeah,
tell him. You tell him." And the team
I'm
was
in.
getting in on it. He's a good leader.
Yeah,
He's so fun to watch. He man, was that fun. So the flea flicker that he like shook off a rushing defender
oh my
to
gosh,
drop a dime to Wandale Robinson was beautiful.
insane.
He really, honestly, they should have won that game. They should have beat the Lions
Yeah,
yesterday, which is completely wild to say, being now 2-9, two
yeah,
and 10, 2-9,
2-9.
um, 2-9. Yeah, so they really went into Detroit. They went into Michigan and they were beating the shit out of them. It was 17-3 at one point, 17-7, and it was kind of wild. But Jameis, shouts out, you did a great job. Your fact that you mossed and broke a tackle of a linebacker, Derek Barnes, on that Philly special type thing.
Dude, that was
Uh,
insane.
that was so funny. He's and I did like the post game speech that he had in the conference room. Pretty much just saying like, hey, like I'm an athlete. I like to think that I can do things that can help this team win. If they want me to be a tight end, I'll be a tight end. Like I'll do whatever it takes to help this team win. I'm like, sign him up. Make him
Yeah.
a Taysom Hill. Make him a
Yeah.
Taysom Hill,
Oh
where
my
he can just
gosh.
kind of be like tight end, quarterback, doing whatever. I think that would be great. It would be great for morale. He
Yeah.
just should be one of those. Even though Jackson Dart will probably be coming back next week off the protocol,
Yeah.
the concussion protocol, I still think that he should be out there somewhere, like
Yeah.
just doing some sort of like Joker, like wild card type stuff where he can do whatever to help the team win.
Bengals should have
Um,
traded for Jameis. I just
Bengals should have
I
traded.
just need I need
I
him
heard that they
starting.
were going to.
Yeah. I just need him
Yes.
starting.
So I was gonna actually have this question. Do you think he is good enough to be a starter, like in the league,
Yeah.
like around? Like, do you think he should have a fair shot to be a starter? And if
100%.
so, where do you think he would replace a starting quarterback?
Indianapolis. No, I'm kidding.
The
I mean,
first one that comes to mind is not moving too far, and he could just go to the Jets.
yeah.
Um,
I think
just on
they're
the other
gonna I
side.
think they're gonna draft a quarterback though. And you already have Fields as a backup because you signed him for 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's probably not going to work out. But I'm just trying to think of where else would Jameis should be a quarterback. We should.
I
All right.
got I
Next
got one.
petition is
I got
Jameis
one.
Winston. All right, I'm ready.
Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh,
JJ
yeah,
McCarthy
yeah,
really is not the guy. I was hesitant last week watching that Green Bay game. He's really not the guy. But
yeah.
Jameis
That team's
Winston.
that team's tough right now.
Kevin O'Connell gets his hands on Jameis Winston.
The gunslinger mentality. I love it. I love it. He'll throw it into whatever because he thinks he
Yeah.
can throw it to into whatever coverage. And most of the times he can't.
No.
It's so fun.
No, he
He'll throw
cannot.
some risky picks. He did kind of throw a pick that he thinks he can though, and that's the beauty
Yeah.
of it. I love you, Jameis. You're awesome. He did kind of lose them the game by having the pick.
Yeah.
To there was like four minutes left in the fourth quarter. He did throw a pick that was really not necessary. It was third and like 7. It was a good pick. I think his name is Hollins or Hollinger or something. He came up off like a safety, and he like came in to undercut the Wandale Robinson. It was a good
Yeah.
pick, but
Yeah.
he didn't really need to throw that. So
Yeah.
um,
That's Jameis for you. He's gonna
yeah,
throw it.
but
He's
yeah,
gonna throw it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Derek Barnes. He's probably gonna get clowned on by his teammates for probably the rest of the season.
100%.
Um,
100%.
not being able to cover and or tackle a quarterback for a touchdown is wild. By the way,
Jameis Winston, man,
so
unreal.
Jameis Winston, I love that guy.
Miami also
I
a
was
good
gonna
spot.
so
Also a good spot is Miami over Tua.
ooh, Jameis in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hardy
yeah, I could
Central.
see that.
Hardy Central.
I could see
Yeah.
he'd get into some trouble down there probably.
He'd have a good
You know what?
time.
Get him in Vegas. Get him in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're just going Party Central, just put him in Vegas.
Okay.
Gino, obviously not the guy. Get
Yeah.
Jameis Winston in there for at least a season.
Yeah.
I think you could put him in there for a season while they're I don't know what their record is exactly. It can't be great. It's 2 and I think they have 2 wins now.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna they're gonna get a fine draft pick, but I don't think they're gonna get a quarterback.
No.
This time around, and they need other pieces too. They need a line.
They need a lot. They need an
better
entire
wideouts. They need an entire team besides Ashton
Yeah.
Genty
I mean-
and Brock Bowers.
And they fired Chip
Those two are the
Kelly.
pillars.
They fired Chip Kelly this morning.
Did they fire Chip Kelly?
Yeah.
I did not hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah.
And Chip Kelly is fired.
Yeah,
Surprise,
he's-
surprise. He didn't
he's
work in
out.
Philly a few years ago. He's not going to work in he's not going to work
in Vegas. I mean, that team is
Yeah.
not built well. There's some good pieces. Brock Bowers and Genty, like you said. Hi, Cat.
Hey guys, this is my cat.
What?
His name's
the
Felix.
heck?
Say hi, Felix. Say hi.
Felix. I think he's camera shy.
Okay,
Uh,
he is camera shy. Look, he looks angry. He looks grumpy.
but yeah, there's some nice
All
pieces in
right.
Vegas. There's just not a full team there. And Chip Kelly
Yeah,
isn't gonna.
there's not even half to.
Yeah, Chip Kelly's not gonna build a good offense for you when you don't have a full team.
All right, I'm calling it now. Geno Smith legacy game next week. I don't know who they play. He's going for over 300, two passing touchdowns and at least one rushing touchdown, maybe two.
Okay, you're hearing it
Putting
here
money on it.
first. You're hearing it here 1st
Mm-hmm.
folks.
On Monday, the game. See, week isn't even over yet,
Yeah,
so
Gino's
I'm the
having a
first one to
legacy
say it.
game.
Unless Good Morning Football said it this morning,
No
which
shot.
I doubt they did.
No
No
shot.
shot. I'm the first.
Yeah,
Geno Smith legacy game.
yeah,
They wrote me off, but I didn't write back. Something like that.
yeah.
Pretty sure that's what he said.
He does it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, you know who else had a fire line this week?
Who?
Fire one liner. So when asked by reporters in Cleveland, actually technically in Vegas, when
Yeah,
we'll talk about Vegas on the other side of things. Shador Sanders actually had a fire line, pretty much just saying he was asked like, "Hey, what are you trying to prove to the fans of the Browns and to the Browns organization today?" And he just pretty much said, "I'm who they're looking for."
yeah,
And he's like, he went out, he had a solid game for a first his first ever start.
yeah.
Obviously, the Browns have a bad history, especially in the 2000s uh, with
Rookie
they
quarterbacks,
have a bad
quarterbacks.
history with rookie quarterbacks. First starts in 1999 till present, they were 0-17 for wins. They are now 1-17 with beating the Las Vegas Raiders. Shador played really well. I think like he wasn't he for a first start. I'm not going to say like he's the franchise guy moving forward,
Yeah,
but I did see some flashes through the game that I watched. Um, he can seem to try to do a little too much with what he has right now. He has a pristine defense. His defense is great, and his run offense is pretty good. So I think he could probably benefit from like kind of sitting. And this might just not be his personality, but sitting back and being more of a game manager to
yeah,
start out because he was throwing like his pick that he threw. It was like triple coverage. It was a tight window. He was trying to do a little too much, but he did go 11 for 20 for 209 and a touchdown. The touchdown did the touchdown was like a broken screen for like 60 yards from Samson. So take that off the board, and he's 140 for no touchdowns and a pick. It changes the narrative a little bit, but regardless, they won the game,
yeah,
and he didn't have to do too much. So the other, like he seemed calm.
yeah,
I think in the pocket for the most part, he threw some really good dots. One to uh, Jerry Jeudy, who they're not going to show the play because Jerry Jeudy ended up fumbling the ball because of uh, Chin,
yeah.
Jeremy
Jeremy
Chin, I
Chin.
think is his name.
Yeah,
He punched the ball out. It was a good play on the defense side of things, but um, yeah, he just played really good. I thought that Harold Fannin played really well. He was breaking a bunch of tackles. He's really helping,
he's
so
a
I think that'll be
stud.
a good. It was like he is a stud. He's a rookie too, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Yeah. And it was kind of like a safety valve where like Shador didn't see anything. Harold Fannin was blocking, and then he would release. He would pick up. He'd get the ball on the line. He'd break like two or three tackles, get a first down, or get
yeah,
like at least 6-7 yards to make it more manageable. And then Judkins played really well too. So
yeah,
I think their rookie class is really good. I think he was able to push the ball down the field more than Gabriel.
yeah. Big
Uh,
time.
so Dylan Gabriel. So I think it is a step up based on the one game that I've seen. Again, it was against the Raiders, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But I think he
But
should. I think based on what I saw, I think he should be the starter moving forward, at least until
definitely.
proven otherwise. Um, they won the game, which they can't really say a
About
lot of the
yeah.
time in Cleveland. So, what are your takes on that?
One really promising thing was you have a guy like Max Crosby pass rushing, and he's one of the best in the league. And like you were saying, Shador stayed very calm and cool under pressure. and was
Mhm.
very collected in the pocket. And I really like to see that, especially
Mhm.
with Max Crosby being as disruptive as he can be.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. He likes to talk a lot too,
yeah,
like during. So sometimes he gets in the head of whoever he's playing against.
yeah,
So it didn't seem to shake Shador too much. Like I said, I think the biggest like the way that I can sum this entire game up was flashes. Like there was
yeah.
flashes of like really good play.
And that's what you
He
need
was
to
able to
see.
get it to Isaiah Bond. He was able. I've noticed that there's a lot of prominent rookies on this team
Yeah,
on
a lot.
the skilled position. So it's very interesting. We'll see how that turns out,
I mean,
but
even
I
on
think he should be
defense,
the starter moving forward.
there's a lot of young guys on defense. Mason Graham, he's a stud defensive tackle,
Hmm.
rookie this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Schweschinger, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Linebacker, I think he's like third round pick. He's been a stud for them.
Okay.
But they did a really good job drafting rookies this year. Um, but I one thing I think about Shador, I still don't think Kevin Stefanski likes Shador Sanders. That was the big narrative that it was the owners pushing for Shador to get drafted and not Stefanski. And I think we're still kind of seeing Stefanski doesn't necessarily like Shador being his starting guy.
It would be Stefanski and then whoever the general manager is, though, correct? Like those two would be the ones really pushing to for drafting. Or I guess it would be more of the general manager too.
Well, I believe it was the owner pushing for Shador, the owners of the
Okay.
Browns. And then the
Okay.
GM agreed, and Stefanski kind of was like, whatever. That's what I remember rumors being that Stefanski was not
Okay.
interested in drafting Shador, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he's he's capable enough, I think, with how strong that defense is. Obviously, they're not going to make a run this year. It's a little too late in the season for them to do anything. But and there, I mean, if there was any, if there was any division that you could make a run in this late in the
yeah,
season, it would be the AFC North, though.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they are, it's pretty rough. They're the top right now is 6-5, and the Steelers just came off a loss. Honestly, the I know that the Ravens won, but they didn't look that great against the Jets. Like
yeah.
they really didn't.
That's fair.
They they were losing going into the second half. So it's interesting. I guess you can't write them off yet, but it's looking kind of hard for this year. But maybe there's some promise for next year.
Definitely,
So
definitely. And speaking
um
of rookie quarterbacks, did you have something?
yes. No,
No.
I was
Okay.
gonna I was gonna segue to something else,
Oh,
but you are segueing.
I'm already on it.
Hop on the segue.
Yeah,
Hop on the segue.
we're on the segue.
On the segue.
Going from
Segging it away.
the
I'm
top.
segging it.
He's segging it.
He's segging it. Hell yeah, Aiden. You seg it,
Uh,
brother.
I don't like you saying that. Um, so there were two big quarterbacks in this draft. Shador being one, the other being Cam Ward. Uh, the Titans didn't get a win, but Cam Ward played his best game of the year. He had a very good game against the Seahawks defense. I didn't watch all that game. The Colts game was on. I was paying more attention to that. But
Yep.
I believe I imagine the Seahawks were starting to rest some starters at some point because at one point it was like 30-7. Um, but Cam Ward had his best game. He's still throwing to a bunch of nobodies, like day three
Yeah,
guys, wide receiver threes. But
sure.
he played very well against a Seahawks defense that is coached very well. Even if it wasn't the starters, they're
Hmm.
still coached very well. Um, yeah, they're very good. And I just that's exactly what you want if you're a Titans fan. You want to win, but you don't actually want to win. You want to see the flashes from your young guys. You want to see Cam Ward truly develop.
Yep.
Um, but you want the first overall pick, whether you want to draft a franchise guy, like a franchise edge rusher, or you want to trade back and get some draft capital. If somebody's looking for a
Hmm.
quarterback, you want that first overall pick, but you want Cam Ward to look good, and that's exactly what happened against the Seahawks. And that is a
Yep.
good
I
team.
agree. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Seahawks really took that game right off the beginning, with the big plays to Jackson Smith, and then just kind of like taking over the game right away. So it wasn't even really that they were outpaced because they were, but Cam Ward didn't really have a chance. He had like two or three, uh, honestly, like yeah, like two or three drives that were like we're stalling, but then all of a sudden the game's out of reach within like the end of the first quarter. So it's tough.
Yeah,
But yeah, the flashes were there. I did see some highlights, and he did look very very fun to watch, and some promising for again another team that's looking for the future, just
yeah,
like you said.
for sure.
A team that isn't looking for the future is looking for now, but I'm actually kind of worried is the Detroit Lions. Uh, with the fact that they have lost two out of the last four, and they went to overtime with the 2-9 New York Giants. It just doesn't seem quite right to me. Again, and I talked about this a little bit earlier. Is November is kind of the time where like things for good teams kind of fizzle out. They start good, they kind of plateau, and then they get into their postseason form. So I'm not ready to hit like DEFCON 5 or whatever and start panicking in the streets, but some of the stuff that I've seen, their offensive line really wasn't winning against like the Giants. Um, Jameson Williams really didn't do much. He was targeted three times. I know that they changed the offensive coordinator play calling anyway to Dan Campbell, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the playmakers more involved, and he was mainly talking about Jameson Williams, and then he still goes 0 for 3.
Yeah,
Really doesn't do much. It's just strange because they're not beating down like the bad teams, right? And that's kind of what you expect from these teams is they're gonna keep it close with the good teams, even if they do lose, like they did with the Eagles and with the Vikings, who again, it's strange that I know it's an interdivisional, but it's still strange that they lost to them.
big time.
But then you would still expect them to beat who they're expected to and not go to overtime at home with the 2-9 Giants. It
Yeah.
just doesn't sit right. Um, so yeah, I not like I said, not panic in the streets, but it doesn't feel good. If Jahmyr Gibbs wasn't there, I think things would have been a lot different. Obviously, he absolutely went off. I think, and I was trying to think about this when I was watching this game. I was thinking Jahmyr Gibbs gives me prime Alvin Kamara vibes. The the ability to bounce off tackles and balance, and the ability to make these big plays, I think he is prime Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
Which
I
we haven't
I
seen prime Alvin Kamara with a good offense in a
yeah,
while. He might be better.
yeah.
He is better, but the play style and the typing, I think, is gives me Alvin Kamara
Okay.
vibes.
I like
I
it.
don't know your thoughts on.
I like that. I honestly, I'm gonna say one that I kind of just thought of as you were trying to compare him. Prime
Mhm.
Todd Gurley.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the explosive speed.
the
It's just
the
the
receiving,
shiftiness.
the receiving is there.
Yes.
Todd Gurley and him were very similar in their receiving abilities. The shiftiness really.
Yeah.
You don't think Todd Gurley had that, or do you don't think Jameer Gibbs had that?
Todd Gurley had I think very linear speed. I don't know if the shiftiness was really there.
That's
He was
fair.
able to break tackles very well, and
That's
the
fair.
balance and the bouncing off tackles ability does remind me of like those three players in a whole.
Yeah.
I always think of Alvin Kamara, obviously having six that touchdown or that six touchdown game against me in the fantasy playoffs, but it's fine. I don't talk about that. I think of there was a one game that they played against the Giants or not the Giants, the Green Bay Packers, and he broke 11 tackles in one play
Yeah.
to have a touchdown. And he's like running down the field because he's tired. He's like running down the field at like half speed. And he's still like tossing people off who are like trying to jump and tackle because he's got such good core strength.
That's
And
fair.
that gives me Gibbs vibes, but Gibbs is obviously more explosive, especially now.
Yeah.
Kamara is a little over the hill. He's still a very great player, don't get me wrong, but he's not obviously prime Kamara where he was drafted.
Yeah. That's just the unfortunate thing about
So
running backs. They don't age well, unfortunately.
no,
Unless your name is
no,
Frank
unless
Gore.
you're unless
Unless
your
you're
name
a
is
Frank
somehow
Gore.
Christian McCaffrey, but or Christian McCaffrey because he gets hurt so often that he doesn't play an entire season.
Yeah.
So he's only played probably about half his entire
Well,
career,
he's a
except
top
this
10
year, knock
receiver
on
this year.
wood. He is a top 10 receiver. His touch pace, he's almost gonna have like 500 touches on the season or something like that. Wait,
That's
let me
crazy.
take a look at this.
What?
He is on pace for approximately 432 touches for the 2025 NFL season. Um,
That's crazy.
and then compared to, just to put it in perspective, he is on pace compared to next would be versus Jonathan Taylor, who is roughly around, and this might be wrong, but this is what I got on here, is 135 touches. That can't be right. That can't be right, right?
Yeah, it might
There's,
be. It
there's
might
no
be.
way.
We
That's
recently we've
wild.
decided we don't want to just feed Jonathan Taylor the ball.
Yeah. But
Uh,
sometimes he does get to, like, yeah.
well, Atlanta versus
Christian
Atlanta, he
McCaffrey
had
is
30.
the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, 100%. He is their entire offense. Especially
Yes.
with the Ayuk news. I mean, he's practically getting released, or not
Yeah.
released,
Which I
but
guess he didn't read his contract well enough. Is that kind
I
of what I've heard? Is like
yeah,
he
because
pretty much
it's
didn't know that he needed to play or else his
yeah
money would be voided.
yeah because all his guaranteed money is voided right now because he's not playing. And now he's having issues with it, and I assume the Niners are probably just gonna end up releasing him because the guy's not gonna play. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give him
I've
guaranteed money.
never Yeah, I've never seen like a relationship like that like crash out so bad between any other player and because the big
Yeah,
thing during last offseason, two off seasons ago, was they didn't want to pay him money because they didn't think that he was going to perform once he got the money. He he finally gets paid after like that whole off season holdout.
yeah,
He gets paid, he gets hurt, and then he doesn't play again.
yeah.
I understand it was an ACL
He
or
also
MCL. It
looked
was one
bad.
of the
He
two.
looked bad in those first couple games, and then
He
he
did
tore
look.
his ACL,
He did. He did.
and we haven't seen
Yeah,
him since.
and that usually comes down to the fact that he probably wasn't practicing at full tier, so he was going to be ramped up, and then he did too much, and then that's when you tear a ligament when they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah, that was yeah.
yeah,
So
just weird.
he might be a free agent. I don't know who's going to sign him. He is good when he plays, but he hasn't played in a while, so we'll see.
Yeah. Um.
Um, the 49ers don't really have a good defense. I've noticed that over these past few games. They play tomorrow. They play the Carolina Panthers. I'm actually kind of curious how this game's going to go.
Yeah.
I could see it going both ways. Carolina's been playing really hot.
Yeah.
So,
And that's something I wanted to touch on really quick actually. Carolina. Uh,
yeah,
they with a win tonight on Monday Night Football, they're atop the NFC South. Right now, the Bucks and the
interesting.
Panthers are both 6-5, and that's
Yeah,
with the Bucks playing last night and getting destroyed by the Rams. That ended up being like 34-7, I believe, or something like that. Um,
yeah, that wasn't a good game.
yeah, the
Baker, Baker hasn't been in the kitchen recently.
I mean, there's not much he can do. His O line's hurt. All his receivers. And Chris Godwin came back, but he didn't look good. And
Mm-mm.
he's still throwing. His top receiver is still Tez Johnson. Which Tez Johnson, I like him, but he's not a top receiver yet in this league. Um, and that Bucks defense is also very hurt. Uh, I love Vita Vea, man. Underrated player in this league. Very underrated player.
Yeah,
Doesn't get talked about
defensive
very
tackles are
much.
kind of the unsung heroes.
Yeah, him and Defoe don't get talked about enough. But
Mm-hmm.
Vita Vea is a game wrecker. He's awesome. I just wanted to shout him out. Love that guy. But yeah, the
Yeah,
Panthers have a chance to knock the Bucks out of the first spot in the NFC South. If they can
did not know they were
capitalize,
that
that'd be
close.
big. Yeah, just I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to see what happens. That division's actually heating up a little bit. It
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
curious
seem.
who is it in San Francisco or is it in Carolina?
I
I
believe
actually
it's
don't
in
know.
San Fran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If if Young still keeps playing like he has been, they can win that game. The defense for the 49ers is so hurt with Nick Bosa being out and a few of their top players just not being there. It's been rough. They haven't really been able to pressure the quarterback all too much. So Young might be able to sit back there and just kind of pick them apart. Lean on uh Rico. Never
We
doubted.
never doubted. Come on.
He ain't dilly daddling. He's rolling through.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, so hopefully
Rico
he keeps
Dowdle.
he keeps up the pace. I'm excited for this game actually. I like both teams
Yeah.
personally, so I'm just gonna watch tonight and just have like a good time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing. Wait, I gotta show you this.
Okay.
So I got this game on Facebook. It's called The Last Leg.
Okay.
It's a football drinking game.
Okay.
So you get cards. Okay, you like pull three cards and you have them with you. And when something happens, you have to like incorporate like a drink. Like it's like if there's an interception, take a drink. If
Okay.
there's a sack, take a drink. If there and then you put the card down and yeah. So me and my friends are gonna be playing this game tonight. I'm pretty
That
excited.
that sounds like a
So
good time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out the Last Leg football drinking game. They are not a sponsor of the podcast. So I'm
No.
just saying this at this point. Yeah. So
You
next
could.
rushing touchdown, take 2 drinks. Next, yeah, you could be our sponsor. Just saying. Just saying. We like football, and I like
Love
beer
football.
personally. He's too young.
I
He's too young.
what?
But me,
Ready.
I'm
Ready.
all legal, baby. I'm all legal.
Okay. But last thing I wanted to
So
touch on the Panthers was they have a legit chance to win this division at the end of the year. That'd be the first time since the Cam Newton Panthers. I'm just kind of excited to see
you want to talk?
what happens.
Do you want to talk about Cam Newton for a little bit?
Oh
As as a as a Patriots fan, I want to talk about it
yeah,
just for a little bit,
yeah,
bro. No one knew you were on First Take, homie. Nobody knew it.
no, yeah,
No
no,
one
no,
watches First Take. Nobody
no.
knows who's on First Take except Stephen A.
Yeah,
So the fact that Stephen A is going to call Drake May a liar when honestly when you're winning, all you care about you drown out the noise regardless. Stephen A, I don't think you've ever been neither have I. So I'm just gonna say it, but like he's never been like an actual. He talks about sports, but he's never been like a pristine
no,
like athlete as far as I'm aware. So I don't think he really knows what goes on in the locker room. But I've heard that you don't really care about what other people think outside the locker room. You kind of zero in, especially when you're winning. You want to do what you're doing. You want to drown out the noise. You want to drown out the distractions. Calling the Patriots fool's gold. They almost lost to the Cincinnati Bengals, so we might be fool's gold. But Cam, just be straight up. Love your fits, don't love your takes.
yeah. Like, what's that? Why are we going after Drake
And you
May?
spell weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also I love Cam
Did you
Newton
see
as a player.
Drake May?
Love Cam Newton as a player.
Drake May used to do that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Drake May said that he was like his hero growing up. He's from
yeah,
Carolina. He's
yeah.
from the Carolinas. He did the like the Superman Sally.
Well, he
Him
refused
and
to do
him
it.
and
This game.
this game.
Yeah,
Him and Stefan were about to do it, and he said nah, and then he shook it off
yeah,
because yeah, that's because we're gonna drown out the noise and shake off the hate
yeah,
because we're winning games and that's what matters right now.
yeah.
We are a young team. Even if we don't get that far in the playoffs this year, I still have very high hopes for the future.
Yeah.
So,
Cam,
our team is young. Our team wants to win. So, Cam,
support
no one
your
cares, man.
Carolina boys. Come on, support your Carolina
Yeah,
boys.
support your Carolina boys, but also you are a Patriot. You're a Patriot.
Also a Patriot. Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
support Drake
So
May.
I mean,
It's just
support Drake, man.
he's a young
I don't know why we gotta
good
hate.
quarterback. He's a young good quarterback. I don't know why
Yeah.
we're hating.
I don't know why we gotta hate.
Yeah,
Regardless of the easy schedule, he's done some amazing plays this season. So
yeah,
and he's won some big games. So
yeah.
you know, it's a lot of hate. Let's all just not hate each other. Let's just all have a good time. And just watch some really good football. Monday Night Football, Carolinas. No Cam Newton though.
They're already gonna know what happened by this time this episode comes out. It's gonna be really funny.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild.
Tell us
Wait,
in the
can you tell
comments
us?
so we can
Tell
see
us
it
in the comments
see
right
in the
now
past.
what the game. Yeah, we'll see it now. We'll see
Yeah.
it now if you put it in the comments. I'm looking down at the comments right now. No way. That's the score?
What?
That's the end?
Oh my gosh.
No,
No
that can't
way.
be right. They did that? That's a really cool play.
Dude, I
Wow,
can't
that's
believe
really
the ending
cool.
of that
Thanks
game.
for sharing with us. Wow. Me neither. That was crazy. Nice. What? I see this comment just popping up. No, that can't
What?
be right.
Dude,
That
there's no
can't
way.
be right.
There's no way that's real.
No, bro.
All right.
What?
Oh my
That's crazy.
gosh.
Um,
Are there any other big headliners you want to talk about?
yes, I've got one more, and this is a good segue as well because we're talking about a team that does not normally win the division, and they
Okay.
have a chance to.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Chicago Bears.
Oh yes.
Um, I know last week me and you kind of talked about you were on the fence about JJ McCarthy and kind of figured that out, and I was on the fence about the Bears and I did kind of figure it out. The
Yeah,
Bears defense is nasty. That pick by Deshaun Wright was
he's
absolutely insane.
unreal. He's
Yes, and the
unreal.
fact that he's the de facto number one right now because they don't even have Jalen Johnson back yet, but he
Yeah,
has been activated, so they're only going to get better in the secondary. Kevin Byard's been playing really, really good. They're getting home like on the quarterback. They're getting pressure with Montez Sweat and Dexter Senior. Like they've been playing really, really well,
yeah.
and I didn't really give their defense enough credit until I saw like kind of the interception and turnover ratio that's been going on in Chicago. The offense looks fine.
Yeah.
They're not like Caleb Williams still gives me some plays in there that just don't seem right. Like when he got sacked and let the ball go for against the Steelers this week, and the Steelers ended up scoring a defensive touchdown. You need to just kind of throw that ball away or just figure out what to do with it. So there are some plays there that like make me think that the offense might be a hindrance. Um, but Ben Johnson really has made some improvements there, and I am seeing it. There is a reason why they are 8-4. No,
Uh,
8-3.
8-3,
8-3. So
and
yeah,
the top
there's
of the
definitely a
NFC North.
reason why they are and top of the NFC North.
North. Yeah.
Not the whole NFC. I was like, wait a second.
No, no, no,
Wait a
no.
second. They're close though.
And
With the Eagles losing, they got close.
they have the same record as the Eagles, both 8-3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I didn't give them their flowers when I should have. But clearly there's something there this year, and I think that they really can win that division. I know they still have to play Detroit twice, and they have to play Green Bay one more time. So they still have a lot to do, but I think they can make a run at it.
Definitely.
And at least they're at least a wild card team, but I think they can win the division. I really think they
There-
can. So
there's a path
um,
for them to do it.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
With you being at the top, you really control your destiny right now. So you just got to play some ball
Yeah.
and win some games that people don't think you can.
And
Uh,
they're really clutch.
I think
They're really clutch this year. I don't know if you've seen that, but
yeah.
Caleb Williams in the clutch this year has been amazing.
His his ability to escape the like pressure and navigate the pocket
It's awesome.
has been insane. I
It's
will say that.
awesome.
Like I said, there are plays that I don't really like seeing out of him, but it's less and less, and it's more and more of like these downfield shots that are like the Caleb Williams that there was a reason why he was drafted number one
Yeah.
overall, right? And like you're seeing that a little bit more than some of the previous number ones overall, like Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence. Like there's a reason why he was drafted number one, and you're actually seeing these flashes now. So
Definitely.
took him a little bit, but I think he's getting to a point where he's gonna be good. And their offensive line has been like, especially this last week. I know there were some sacks, but they're imposing their will
Yeah.
on the defensive
Yeah.
line and creating openings for Swift and Monangai. So I'm excited to see how they continue to go.
Yeah. The Bears are good. I I was hesitant in going into the season, and they've really just shown a lot of improvements. Ben Johnson, I think, makes a big difference in that locker room, in just the way they play.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So on the other side of the things, I want to talk about the Steelers a little bit.
Yeah.
The Steelers, I even said this during the offseason. I think like anything that they did in free agency or trades was kind of like one step forward, one step back kind of ordeal. They signed DK Metcalf, of course, and then
They traded
like
for
a week
DK
later,
Metcalf.
did they trade for him?
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, yeah, never mind. Never mind then. Okay, they traded. Okay, they traded. So a lot of their trades this year, because everything's trades now. Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
they trade for DK Metcalf, and then they trade away George Pickens, right? So a lot of people are going to compare these 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the pacing right now of what's going on?
I would love to.
So DK Metcalf right now is 37 receptions, 551 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
George Pickens right now is 58 receptions, 908 yards, and 7 touchdowns over 10 games. So it's a notable difference. George Pickens has been playing great for the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm a little biased as growing up with like Steelers fans in the household. I'm always like Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing, and
Yeah,
Omar Khan, the GM, knows what he's doing because they have a history of like trading away diva wide receivers before shit hits the fan, right?
yeah,
So I was kind of expecting something to happen with George, but like nothing has. He's been playing really, really well. He's been explosive. He's been fun to watch. He helped them beat the Eagles last night. So just like I just know their history of like trading away diva wide receivers before shit hits the fan. Um, so like I noticed it with Antonio Brown, I think
yeah,
is his name.
yeah,
He's currently fighting attempted murder
yeah.
charges. um, Chase Claypool. Uh,
Oh,
they did it with kind of with Juju as well.
Mapletron. Come
Uh,
on.
Mapletron, yeah. So like they know when to trade. Like Deontay Johnson, traded him away right
He was
before
good in
things went.
Carolina. And then he went to the Ravens and he wasn't
He
good.
was good. He was good with them for half a season, and it was only with the red raffle. It wasn't with Young. It
Well,
was
I
it
think
was
that
with
was Bryce Young not being good still. But
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Because,
but they got Jackson then. The trade was good. I think
yeah,
for long term things, the trade was good for the Steelers.
yeah,
They got rid of Juju when they did. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's definitely more though. They just know
definitely.
when to get rid of players, like especially wide receivers.
Yeah,
So I think like it might be too soon to tell based on what things are going right now. But right now, bringing in DK Metcalf, who is known to also kind of have some on the field issues.
yeah,
Usually he gets kind of pissy when he
yeah.
is like getting shut down by a corner, right? And then getting rid of a George Pickens who also has the same issue, but he's been playing really, really well. And then I was also thinking of the other trade that they made to get rid of Minka Fitzpatrick to get Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
Uh, it, so things like this, it's very. We will be 9-8 this year,
yeah,
and everyone's gonna be happy, and it's a first round exit, just
yeah.
like every year it has been.
And it's even weirder now that Ramsey's playing safety for the Steelers. Like, why are you trading away a
Yes,
younger Minka Fitzpatrick, who's arguably a better safety than Jalen Ramsey? And then you
to
just,
make him play safety then.
yeah, like it made sense if they wanted the quarterback depth, but now you're playing him at safety, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
It doesn't make as
I don't
much
know how
sense.
Minka's been doing in Miami, but it can't
That's a
be.
bad defense. It's a bad defense. I don't think you can. It's hard to tell when a safety is playing well on a bad defense because safeties are a good piece on a good defense, in my opinion.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. No, that's a valid point.
yeah. And
So
another thing I want to
yeah,
highlight is just the it's two very different styles of play between Pittsburgh and Dallas. Um, Pittsburgh is a run first team. Dallas likes to air it out. So that's definitely going to play a part into Pickens having better numbers. Not saying he's like not playing better. He's playing way better than DK Metcalf, and I think he would be having a better season for the Steelers. But it also helps that he's playing next to CD Lamb. But even when he wasn't, he was still playing very well.
I was going to mention that because even when he was the de facto one while CD was out with his injury, um, that's kind of when Pickens took it to the next level, and he's kind of stayed there.
Yeah,
Everyone was kind of once CD came back, everyone's like, well, okay, Pickens is going to fall off now, but
yeah,
I don't think that's the case.
no,
It's made him better because now they have to worry about two guys out there
yeah, for
that could
sure.
make crazy plays. So no, I that is a good point because I was just more looking at the numbers. Numbers kind of can be deceiving at
Yeah,
some points, but it is just a conversation to have, being like what the Steelers have been doing again with these trades that have been like one step forward, one step back kind of thing, and leading them at the exact same place. And then they're gonna have that first round, that wild card exit, and they're gonna be like, "What happened? We made all these trades.
I
We were
thought we
trying to
were
be
gonna be
better. We got Aaron
good.
Rodgers. We got Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers."
Also,
We'll talk about that in a little bit here
right
too.
now, Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Right now, Dak Prescott is a better
Yes,
quarterback. So
and also I think the defenses, not right now, but a few weeks ago before the trade deadline, and they got Quinn and Williams.
and Logan
It
Wilson.
and Logan Wilson, who actually yesterday I was watching some tape. Like he did actually play pretty good
I think
against
we
the.
I think we shit talked him into playing good. I think he listened. I think he was like, I
Yeah, I
gotta
think
prove
we.
those guys wrong.
This is proof here. Bullying works, everybody. Bullying works. That's the lesson I got away from that.
Yeah, we
Uh,
saved Logan
don't
Wilson's
don't
career.
fact check me. Thank you. You're welcome, Logan Wilson. Uh, but the other thing is the fact that their defense was playing so poorly in Dallas for a long time. They had to be airing it out in order to keep up with some of these teams.
Yeah,
Kind of like how the Cincinnati Bengals have to do it too. So it's just interesting to think about. But yeah, you are right. The numbers can be deceiving, but it's still a conversation to have, um, especially with I mean both players having the same mentality on the field, like kind of causing some. I think when I went to the game in Pittsburgh against the Green Bay Packers, uh, DK had pulled he had like a unsportsmanlike conduct call that kind of like iced the game. Like these
yeah,
things will happen, like
yeah,
from both players. So it's like why get one and offer him again? The contract is way different as well. Like they're paying DK Metcalf a lot of
yeah,
money, whereas George Pickens was still on his rookie contract.
yeah. Definitely.
So the numbers on that piece can be interesting as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you want
you
there?
know what that means. You know what that
What does
means.
that mean?
Goobers of the week.
Goobers of the week. So in the NFC,
Okay, NFC, NFC,
NFC
NFC,
Goober of the week.
NFC.
We talked about this team a little bit, but we didn't go over the stat line. The Detroit Lions running back Jameer Gibbs had an insane game. Pretty much single handedly won them that game against the Giants. He carried that offense. He had 15 rushing attempts for 219 yards, two touchdowns, one giant 69-yard run in overtime to win them the game, and then he had 11
One giant run to beat the Giants.
one giant run to beat the Giants. He had 11 receptions. That's kind of crazy. For 45
Yeah,
yards and another touchdown. So he had three total touchdowns. Um, he was their whole offense, and yeah, he's so good.
he played really good.
Yeah, one day we're gonna be talking about who's gonna be the closest player to ever play like Jameer Gibbs, because he's unreal.
Oh, that's gonna be put in a name there for the future. Okay, um, it's gonna be
That.
it's gonna be in 2032 when all games are played overseas every week in Madrid. We
Okay.
will see that the player from Texas A&M breaks the rookie rushing record, and we will for a singular game. I see
Okay.
it in my eye, in
Okay.
my third eye.
I'll leave that
Okay,
in. I'll leave that in.
leave it in.
Okay.
Fucking put it on a short. I don't give a fuck. That's happening.
Okay.
Okay, so second Cooper of the week.
The the AFC Goober of the
Is the
week.
AFC. The AFC Goober of the week. We're gonna go defensive side of the ball this week because usually we're either talking about it's usually like the playmakers on the offense because offense sells the seats, right?
Yeah.
But defense wins championships. And
Yes,
I
sir.
think Kalen Bullock of the Houston Texans playing on Thursday night had two picks, one fumble, or a forced fumble.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of flying all over the field. He made Josh Allen really uncomfortable. That whole defense did, but he was able to capitalize. And honestly, when you win the turnover battle, it's really hard to lose a game. So he really was one of the best players this week, especially on the defensive side of the field. And he was awesome. He
Yeah.
was good to watch. So um, I haven't heard of him before this week, but he really made a name for himself, and hopefully he's able to make that push them forward because Houston is still on the outside looking in, I believe, for the playoffs. I believe so.
Let me.
Unless they
They are, yeah.
switched with the Bills
They are behind the Steelers right now, but right ahead of the
in the wild
Chiefs.
card.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The Chiefs are still on the outside looking in too.
Yeah, Steelers, Texans, and Chiefs are all on the outside looking in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bills are in?
Bills are the 7 seed, 7-4. The other
Okay.
three teams are all 6 and
Okay.
5.
There we go. So they got to outpace the. They just got to tie with the Bills now since they won the head to head. So
Yeah.
it's very possible. But yeah, Kalen Bullock, nice job this week.
Good work.
You get a Matt thumbs up of approval from me.
What?
2 thumbs up,
No
dog.
way. That's
It's
insane.
a yes from me, dog.
Okay. Okay.
Randy Jackson. All right, let's do some rankings. We'll
Yeah.
play doesn't matter, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Let's blow this popsicle
Yeah.
stand. All right, would you go first?
Sure. Uh,
Rankings.
I am going with a team that has not touched my top five at all yet. A new division leader, the Ravens. I know they didn't play the best against the Jets, but they are 6 and 5. They started. They were 1 and 5 at some point, and they've rattled off 5 straight wins and put themselves in the division lead. Lamar Jackson's playing really well. Zay Flowers has been really good. DeAndre Hopkins has had a pretty okay game against the Jets. He's looking like a nice receiver too. For Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, he's stepping up. He's looking a lot better now that
This is the
Lamar's
time of
back.
year.
Yeah, he's looking a lot better
This
now
is
that
the time
Lamar's
of year
back.
that he starts
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
that defense has figured out a lot of their issues. They did lose Kyle Hamilton. I don't know how serious that injury is, but
Oh, I didn't hear about
hopefully
that.
it's not too long of an injury. Yeah, he walked off the field at some point, but hopefully it's not too serious of an injury because he is one of the main main weapons on that defense.
For sure. My number five. Honestly, all mine are staying in the same from last week, but
Oh,
in a different order now.
okay.
So number five is still the Colts for me. Even though that they lost to the Chiefs, they really should have won that game in a lot of different ways, and they kind of, like you said, kind of outcoached themselves and kind of tossed the game away. You play that game again with the same mistakes, or like with the knowledge that you know now, and I think that they would just know to lean on Jonathan Taylor more and just like be able to run down the Chiefs essentially.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs are definitely up on my power ranking, but they're still outside my top five at least at this moment. But the Colts are on the edge of being moved out just because, unfortunately, it is the coach's decisions that can win and lose a game. And sometimes when the coaches aren't playing their best, then the players don't play their best, and that's kind of what we saw from this game.
Very fair. They're my 4 team, so you already touched on them a lot. Um, really got to figure out our secondary. We were really letting Rasheed Rice and Xavier Worthy have their way in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Um, Hopefully, Travis Ward looks a little bit better next week. We play a very big game against the Texans. Can't let them gain any more traction in the division race.
Yep.
Yeah, scary, but they're
Yeah,
my number 4 team.
for sure. My four is dropped actually from my number one down to four, which is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Whoa.
Think they're I think their offense is kind of catching up on them right now. What they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. Saquon's really fighting the Madden curse. I feel like this year, and their offense just hasn't looked good. They were up 21-0 and they just kind of let it coast, and then all of a sudden they're losing, and they lose against a division rival in the Cowboys. I feel like a lot of fans are really angry about this game, but they've been having their gripes for this entire season. Just kind of how that offense has been performing, and they've been able to patch it up with a very, very strong defense. But even when you see it, the Cowboys were able to pick them apart a little bit this week, and that was with Jalen Carter being there. So it's not like, well, at least we didn't have our lose our like number one player or something like that on the defense side of the ball.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter was still there. They were able to minimize him and walk away with a win. So I think this might be a little bit of a blueprint on how to beat the Eagles. And if I know anything about blueprints, a few years ago, Nick Bosa said the same thing about the Eagles, and
Yeah,
then they had the biggest crash out in NFL history, maybe. So
yeah,
we'll see how this pans out.
yeah. I I did leave them off my top five. I did it for my Eagles fans because I put them on one time and they lost. So I, all the Eagles fans out there, I'll keep them off my top five. My number three, moving up a
He's a
few
doubter.
spots.
He's a doubter.
I'm a doubter. Come on, prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Uh, my number three is the Broncos. They've moved up a little bit just with the Colts moving down and the Eagles no longer being on my list. They had a bye week. It's kind of easy to forget about them, but that defense is still very, very, very good. Yeah,
I think we're going to stay the same the rest of the way through. My three is the Broncos as well. Again, with the bye being that they just had, their offense might still be a hindrance on why they can't be higher on our list. But their defense is crazy good. They were able to beat the Eagles a few weeks ago, and there's a reason why they're leading the division, and I think they will continue to do so for the AFC West.
yeah. So I assume your number two team is the Seahawks.
My number two team is the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
yeah.
Yes. So
JSN is playing.
they beat the team that they're supposed to.
Yeah, they're beating the teams they're supposed to. JSN is on pace for 2,000 yards. Absolutely
Yes.
insane. He has already broken the single season receiving record for the Seahawks. He did it in
This,
11 games compared to 16 for DK Metcalf. Absolutely crazy. And Sam Darnold had a
yeah,
get right game against a team that he should have a get right game against.
exactly. He played. They kind of just we kind of talked about it a little bit in the beginning here, but they kind of just put the foot on the gas and then just coasted the rest of the way through because the game was out of reach for the Titans. They made it a little close. They made it, but it was kind of a garbage time second half. And the Seahawks defense really wasn't really starting all their players. Um, but JSN's been playing out of his mind. The Sam Darnold deep ball has been great. That 69-yard touchdown that he had just to shake off the wide
Yeah.
off the corner and just able to like walk into the end zone. It was beautiful. So
I think the thing that makes JSN so good is he's so good at making a catch off of a move. Like he'll do a double move and then be ready for the catch.
okay,
I think he's
interesting. I'll
just
have to
one of
look at
the
that next time.
best players at doing that because that's just something
Okay,
not a lot of players are as good at, in my opinion.
hmm for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was really cool.
No, no, that's a great point. And again, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But that defense has been really good too. That
Yeah,
that defense has unfolded is tenfold from last season at this point. Like
yeah,
they're playing very very good ball.
yeah.
Number one, I wonder who it could be.
I wonder, maybe the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Chargers. Damn. All right, I'm gonna change mine. No, of course, yeah. It's the Rams. It's
Yeah,
the Los Angeles Rams. They are playing so good. Matt Stafford is the Super Bowl or the MVP favorite.
yeah,
They're playing
for
lights
good
out.
reason.
Their two wide receivers are crazy. Yeah, I agree.
At this
I
point,
agree.
I'm a little less upset about it not going to Jonathan Taylor because I think Stafford is playing at such a level it's deserving. He's been unreal. Devontae Adams has just fixed
Yeah,
every single offensive issue they had last year.
I
It's
agree.
crazy.
Just having a good number two there.
I
It kind of as Cooper Cup kind of declines a little bit in his age. Devontae's still able to do it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's one
it's
A one B.
it's his route running. It is.
Yeah,
It's his route running is great. He's able to body any corner that he's lining up against. He's yeah. That team is just playing really really good football. Their line's been playing really nice. Kyron Williams is a good add-on, of course, like just like to like a little cherry on top of a
yeah,
great offense. Their defense has been playing amazing. They've really kind of shook Baker Mayfield. I understand that he doesn't have a lot of players, but he's still been able to make do with what he had. Like he was still able to shoot out with the Bills, right? He was still able to keep it close with the Patriots for a while. The Rams just said, "Nah, we're a better team. Thanks for coming to LA. Now give me your lunch money." Like
yeah.
it's just like
Exactly.
it's just like it was kind of
Exactly.
messed. Um, so yeah, that's the ranking. I think that's a perfect way to put it. So we're pretty much on as the season comes a little bit closer to an end. I think we're going to be coming more and more close to how the power rankings are shaking out.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
we'll see. All right.
Doesn't matter.
You want to play a game?
Doesn't matter.
Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Does it matter? We're gonna play.
I don't know.
Does it matter?
Does it?
We're gonna see. So what I'm going to say, and we're going to have you in the comments as well. I'm going to um, say something that happened this week or throughout these last weeks that we might have not talked about. Um, we will ask, does it matter? You will rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, and this can be however you interpret it. Does it matter in the scope of this team? Does it matter in the scope of like playoff rankings? Does it matter in the aspect of like Super Bowl hopes or like how the NFL shakes out as a whole? So
Yeah.
we will say the first one is, does it matter? Uh, Baker Mayfield shoulder injury out for the rest of the game. Looked like he was in a lot of pain. Homie's a dog, so he plays through a lot of injuries. When he threw that Hail Mary for the end of the first half, it seemed like something really shook him there. And uh, obviously, uh, Teddy Bridgewater Teddy Bridgewater was the fill-in and did not look super great.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
Very much so. I would say like a 9, even maybe close to like a 10. That's the Bucks' entire season. If Baker goes down, he was making do with very little. Teddy Bridgewater can be good in a correct situation. I don't think he will be able to do anything close to what Baker was doing with how much injured talent was on that team. And if Baker's done long term, I think that's the Bucks' season.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. This could go from good to very, very bad in a very close playoff race in that division with the
With the
Panthers,
Panthers.
like we were saying. This is a team that I don't think if they don't win the division, I don't think this team's making a wild card run.
No.
I think it's in or out based on this division with however the AFC has been shaking out with, or the NFC has been shaking out with how like strong the NFC West is with the 49ers and the Seahawks and the Rams.
Yeah.
I think all three of them make it.
And even the
So
NFC North
it's
is dangerous. I mean, Packers,
yeah,
Lions, Bears.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So there's a lot of teams. I think the NFC is definitely more top heavy than the AFC this year. Um, where it honestly from past years it's kind of been more AFC heavy. And NFC's been kind of wide open, where
Yeah.
it's kind of been more concrete and more these games as they come down the line matter more and more. Um, so yeah, I was gonna say like an 8 or a 9. You can definitely make a case for a 10,
Yeah.
especially because of what Baker has been able to do with so little. So
Yeah.
that's fair. Number 2, Mason Rudolph seemed to be playing better than Aaron Rodgers. Does it matter?
Uh, no. It's like a 1 or a 2. Aaron Rodgers is gonna start. It's Mason Rudolph.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. No,
Part
there's no way.
part of me says
There's no way. There's just no way he sits.
there
Yeah.
as Steelers Nation, do you feel like they have an allegiance to Aaron Rodgers at this point, though?
No, but Mike Tomlin does.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, and also they're gonna hear so much from Aaron Rodgers if he gets benched. That's just cancer. That's so much
If
cancer in the locker room.
if Mason Rudolph wins that game, do you think the narrative flips?
No, it's Aaron
No, you
Rodgers.
don't think it would matter
It's
regardless.
Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers.
Okay. Okay. I was just curious because and it might come down to just kind of who's making the play calling. I'll say
Yeah.
it. I'm not a big. Oh, I can picture his
Arthur
stupid
Smith.
mustache. Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith. I can picture him,
Yes.
but yeah, not a big fan of that guy.
No.
He wasn't a good. He was a good offensive coordinator in Tennessee, but I think that was more of a Mike Vrabel thing than
It was also a
him
Derrick
as
Henry
he went
thing.
to. It was Derek. It was kind of just give this man the ball
Yeah.
and then we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Where it's not really like that. He wants Jonnu Smith to be good though. Man, does he love Jonnu Smith?
Don't we
He
all?
loves Jonnu Smith.
Don't we all love Johnny Smith?
Yeah, I love Jonnu Smith. I like. Oh boy, I'm gonna look up his name. I have it here. Darnell Washington. I love Darnell Washington.
What a big
Mount
fella.
Washington.
Mount
He's
Washington.
a big
He's a
fella.
monster.
Not a fart smeller.
He's
you know,
a monster.
he's killing it.
Yeah.
He's killing it. He's 311, 311 pounds. He's a monster. Love him. So
He's
okay, a
awesome.
1 or a 2 for that one. Uh, Browns. So next one, Browns and Shador Sanders win over the Las Vegas Raiders. Straight up, does that matter?
It has been since 1985 since a rookie quarterback has won for the Browns. This is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
This matters a whole lot. The Browns, it, you guys are no longer like 0 and 20 or whatever it was since 1985.
Oh, it's 17.
0 and 17. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's insane. I mean, it's just a morale raiser for the fan base. You feel for the Browns at some point. Like they go through a lot. It's just good for them to finally get a win. So when they get a win, it should be a 10 out of 10 because it doesn't happen often.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. I kind of think you touched on everything there, and that's a great way of framing it. So I will say I think maybe the only case that you could have on this is the fact that it's a maybe an 8 or a 7 because it's the Las Vegas Raiders. But
A win's a win.
it's a win's a win. A
Yeah,
win's a win.
a
I
win for a
100% agree
rookie
with that.
quarterback from the
100%.
Browns is a win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, number 4. Joe Burrow is expected to play next week against the Ravens on Thursday Night Football while we're all stuffing our faces with Thanksgiving turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and green bean casserole and ham and probably more potatoes and cornbread. What else did I miss? What else we got?
Applesauce.
Applesauce, succotash, that succotash,
Pumpkin
baby.
pie.
Pumpkin pie with some whipped cream on top.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Um.
it's got to be more. Baked mac and cheese, baby. All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
It's a good holiday. It's a good
So
holiday.
it's the best holiday.
Yeah.
Food, football, family.
Yeah.
The 3 F's. Got it all.
It's got it all. Uh.
Thanksgiving feast. And then I eat the letters, okay? Okay? Okay. Yep, you got it. Give me that tea.
I'm
Nom
not
nom.
doing that. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm not doing that. But I don't know how I feel about this because they shouldn't be rushing Joe Burrow back. It's a lost season. You're not coming back. Uh,
You don't think they can make a run at it?
no, they're 3-8. The Ravens are
Yeah,
six
but
and
they play the
five.
Ravens, and they play the Ravens twice though.
I don't think that defense is anywhere near good enough.
Okay,
I
okay.
I
I was
really
gonna say
don't.
they've played the Steelers twice already, but they still play the Ravens twice. So
Yeah,
I was
I
curious.
I don't know. I just don't feel like they really have a chance. It just feels like a lost season, and Joe Flacco's playing well. I don't think it's a quarterback is going to fix the issues of why you're losing right now. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's we should rush Joe Burrow back. Let him get healthy. Let your franchise guy get healthy. You paid him a lot of money. I know you want him to play. He probably wants to play, but it's just not a rush. I'd say like a 5 out of 10. They just
Okay.
shouldn't.
I really think with the add-on of Jamar Chase in that game against the Patriots, and they probably win that game. So that spit was one. He spat out an L, by the way,
Yeah,
onto
he really did.
Steelers Jalen Ramsey. So
Yeah,
just want to yeah. Last one.
last one.
Okay. So there's been more news since I wrote this because I was looking some stuff up. So for the Patriots, Will Campbell carted off the field, as well as Jared Wilson, the left guard for the Patriots, carted off the field on the same game this week. Does it matter?
Big time. This is like a 8 or a 9.
Tell me it doesn't matter. Tell me it doesn't matter. We still have Super Bowl hopes. Tell me.
I
Tell me.
I mean,
Look me in the eyes and tell me that
you guys
we're
still have
okay.
playoff hopes. I don't know if this year was ever like Super Bowl or bust for you guys. You guys are a very young team. I think your window is just starting to open. But I mean,
Now.
a big issue they had last year was a bad O line, and we saw them not play as well. Maybe that was without Mike Vrabel and some other receiving weapons, but I just offensive line is a very important part of the game. Not going to say the Patriots are going to be bad now just because they lost 2 offensive linemen, but there's going to be a level of like, oh, Drake May is going to take a few extra sacks throughout the year. It's just going to hurt a little bit, but I think you guys will find ways to win still.
Yes. The only upside that I have about this is Will Campbell. It is rumored that it's an MCL sprain.
Oh, that's
instead
much
of
better.
a tear.
That's much better.
So we're hoping that maybe it's a out for the regular season, maybe back for postseason, or like towards the end of regular season, he might be back and ready to roll. But
that'd be nice.
We will see. I did see that play, and I was with the bodies rolling up on him. It did not look great. So when I saw it, I was kind of broken a little bit. I didn't feel good about coming into this game. I just felt like something bad was going to happen. Kind of felt it in my soul. And Will Campbell's kind of the wind beneath my wings a little bit, as Drake May is the wings.
Yeah.
Will
Campbell's awesome.
I just hope that he's okay. Yeah, Will Campbell's awesome. Jared Wilson has been playing a really, really good season this year, both on the left side of the line. So the left side is completely different right now. And then also just some other injuries with Milton Williams not playing. He's on IR with an ankle injury, but he should be ready to roll for postseason again. So it's just like, it's just maybe we're getting into the injury stage, but it's like not. It's like just a lull where we can get right for the playoff push. Kind of like I said, November is a make or break for good teams.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Does it matter? That was the final one.
Yes,
Thank you for playing. Does it matter? And then, hey, want to let you know, you matter.
Everyone matters.
Everyone matters. You watching this, you matter. You matter, especially when you like the video and
subscribe.
Support us and subscribe. You matter when you do that because it helps us out a lot, and that matters to us. But you matter as an individual, even if you don't do that. So I just want to appreciate all of you for what you do, tuning in every week as we just talk about football and be goobers. So really, really appreciate it. So thanks everyone for watching. Is there anything else that you wanted to go over before we dip out of here?
I just wanted to say one more time how much I love Jameis Winston. I love that guy.
Jameis Winston, because of you, I'm going to go wash my hands.
Finally.
Because I didn't wash my hands earlier, and I feel bad about it. And Jameis Winston, you give me the strength to do a lot of things. And one of them is to wash my hands with probably more soap than normal. So shouts out Jameis Winston. Shouts out Will Campbell. Shouts out Baker's shoulder. Shouts out Mason Rudolph. Shouts out Calais Campbell. Love that guy too.
Yeah.
Shouts out Jonathan Taylor for making my fantasy team relevant. Love that guy. Not this week, but mostly.
Shade so I can give him more touches.
Yeah.
Go wash your hands, dude.
All right, bye. Yeah, I will.